Peace fam, DB Bedford here, the EI guy, bringing that emotional intelligence both personally and professionally. Happy Wednesday. Listen, I'm just very excited about this whole notion of being an EI day trader and learning how to take small profits in the market, get in, get out, and get on about your business for the day. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how to manage a trade once you're in it and able to get your profits. I'm gonna show you how in 7 minutes I was able to capture $310. $310 might not seem like a lot of money, but the twos and fews add up. Yesterday, I got $665 in 19 minutes. So for a total of 26 minutes over 2 days, I ended up with $975. As my day trading business, I think that that's pretty good, right? For making money with the minimum amount of time. And then I want to encourage you to come on over and take the 5-day EI trading challenge to see if this is something that you can see yourself doing and how you can benefit from leveraging emotional intelligence into the financial markets. Come on in and take a look. All right, good morning. It's 6:34 in the morning, and I have entered into a trade. So I decided to jump in on the first candle because of the market direction I seen it going. It was kind of a bearish candle. And so I got in at 22.54. Right now it's trading at about 22.49. And so there's about 1 minute before the next candle hits. And, before the next candle hits, I always want to make sure I capture at least a couple of points. And so I'm going to go ahead and go down to 22.52.4 just to get a couple of points to get started. The reason why I like to do that is because it kind of helps with just your feeling about being in the trade. And there's always going to be kind of an emotional feel about, when you got your money on the line. Once you get that first scalp, that's why we focus on getting that first point. Then everything else is gravy, right? Because now you don't stand any chance of losing any money. Now it's all about how you manage the trade. And so this is what we're talking about this morning, about just basically managing the trade. And so we're on to the second candle now, and it looks like it's going to continue to push down. We're at 22.48 right now. I have put a stop in at 22.52. So there is room for me to go ahead and grab 2 more points. And so I'm going to try to grab these 2 points at a time to give this trade, right, time to do its thing. Okay. And so that way I can maximize what's happening here. All right. So we watching as it's going down. What made me determined to get into this trade is how this candle opened. I seen the EMA starting to bend down. All the indicators were pushing down, which represents like momentum, right? And we want to trade with the momentum. So as the sellers are pushing us down, we're gonna trail behind, right? So now it's at 22.45. So again, I want to come about 2 points behind it. So I'm gonna go to 22.48, right? So that way, I'm capturing points along the way in case, because there's always what they call drawdowns, right, or reversals. So even though the sellers might be pushing down, the buyers also are in the game and they can push it back up at any given time. So when we're scalping, right, so there's 2 parts to it. With scalping, we want to make sure that we, first of all, capture our profits as soon as possible. But as we're capturing profits and we see that it's a potential for this trade to have a good run, we want to try to maximize that by giving the trade time to continue with the momentum, but at the same time capturing points along the way. But if you pull up too close, right, you can get stopped out before the trade completes. And so it's kind of a balance, because you never know how much it'll pull back. So you never really know. So you just try to give what you think is reasonable space. But my thing is how I feel. If it stops me out after I got profits, I'd rather that happen there than me waiting before I capture my profits. And then it reverses and now either has me back where I started from or now goes against me. And so then you're kind of, you get a little frustrated. Okay, so there was a stop out. So That was just $310 because we're trading one contract at a time. But you see how it'll reverse back and then keep going that direction. And so then you kind of have to think about, do you want to get back into the trade? And that's always a decision, right, that you have to kind of roll with. So I think this is going to keep going down. I think we still have some time in this trade. And so I'm going to go ahead and get back in because I believe that it's still, I think this trade still has some life. Okay. So I'm going to go take a look at it before I get in. There's 1 minute before the next candle forms. So I'm going to wait because I want to see how that next candle open and see if it'll give me some confirmation that this trade is still pushing down. So the next candle just formed and it looked like it wanted to be a green candle and start to reverse, which is one of the reasons why we wait for confirmation. So here's a clear example of how to basically manage this trade. This is why you don't jump right back in. You use your situational awareness and factor in. One thing I recognize is that candle's about to expire. So this is where I would clear this. And now I wait for a brand new opportunity. So that was just a good risk management move right there. Even though I wanted to get back in, I just set my parameters to do so, but I wait for the next candle for confirmation. However, one of the things the most important to me is to look at that from 6:31 to 6:38 in 7 minutes, I got $310. And the way EI day traders are, we do not like to mess off our for show trying to get some more. So there you go, $310 in 7 minutes. Now I know $310 doesn't sound like a lot of money, and I get it. But the perspective that I have is that I am on a mission to grow my account. And so I think about where my money is sitting in my bank account and would it had made $310 in 7 minutes? Well, you know the answer to that. Your bank account is not growing at all unless you add more money to it, but it's not growing on its own. And so I think about how to take the money that I have sitting and leverage it to make more money. That's what the day trading is all about. But when I take the $310 today that I got in 7 minutes, and yesterday I got $665 in 19 minutes, well, now for a total of 26 minutes, I ended up with about $975 over a 2-day period, which only took 26 minutes of my time. So that is the mindset of an EI day trader, taking small profits out the market. We get in, we get out, and we go on about our business. And then we free ourselves to go do everything else we need to do in life, right? Which adds more value to what you're doing. And if you focus on this particular strategy, then as the days go by, you'll find yourself with your numbers adding up. And by the end of the week or a 2-week period or a month, you can go back and look at your profit and losses, and you can take your profits, move them back to your bank account, either invest in more longer term investments or, and then use the rest for your expenses. But you've created a day trading business that you are in total control of. And all you have to do, right, is get in, get out, and get on about your business for the day. That's why it's important for you to be in the 5-day EI trading challenge that's coming up. And so if you have not got in yet, this is a perfect time to do it because the entire process is about to close relatively soon. So listen, if you can see yourself doing this, or somebody you know, please make sure you share this video. If you're not sure, go to our YouTube channel. Look at the tons of videos that I've put up where over and over again, I've showed examples of how I've been able to get in the market and get out the market and take small profits, okay? So I hope to see you